the international events.
We'll get another opportunity to do it here. Haven't
All
won
the
a
people
series
like
since
and commenting
December
everything. Thank you so
of
much.
last year.
Okay,
So they're gonna
we
get
go
another
over
shot
towards
at
Pearl.
doing
Loud's
this
pick.
again,
Crew
but
decide to
against
go on the
the best that America has to
defense.
offer
Oh
until
boy,
what many
this could be a
consider the
nightmare
best
for
the
them.
world
They
has
picked
to offer.
defense.
And look at this. They are
Okay.
going for something cheeky off the rip.
Sure.
Esnet's going to tuck deep into the cubby and Loud. Oh, I mean,
Oh,
but there's two sheriffs actually brought up here, and they just did massive work.
that's the most disgusting start to a round I think I've ever seen. They have a 4-person stack ready to shut down B nice and early, and we get both bullets instantly hitting. 2 sheriffs out.
I do like the fact
That's
that they tried something different, right?
insane.
They tried doing something cheeky, I believe was the word used to describe it, but unfortunately a bit too much. Loud have gotten the kills that they want, they've gotten the guns that they want. I believe they upgraded 1 sheriff, if I'm not mistaken, and now they're going to rotate away.
And these are the moments that I think Crew need to be able to capitalize on, where there's a decision to be made by Loud, and they can't allow them to just make the simple
Yeah,
one, right?
I like
they got 2
the
kills
rotate
on, or 3
over.
kills
This
on
is
B, they
looking
realized
nice.
there was a stack. They realized, okay, the team
And
is
I also
gonna
like the
continue to
I like the
rotate
fact that
over there.
Crew wanted to
And
just
they're just
shut
gonna
down
force
B, and I
this
imagine they're going to try and
4v1
shut
on the
down
side
B
here
again
against
once we
Nags.
get into like one of the early
Mel's
buy
just
rounds.
barely here.
Bomb grenade out. Last player standing.
Nags trying to get a kill into Aspas from the furthest fringe possible. Not
30
able to do
seconds
so
left.
once again against the sheriff. Now Meltzer's left in this 1v4. He's got a frenzy.
Spike planted.
How
Got
did
a
he
little
get here?
space. He's got the
I was,
too,
I was wondering the whole
It's not
time he
kept
was in
up
that
for very
smoke
long.
what
I
the
mean, he
plan
in
was
between
really.
everybody there,
Yeah.
too.
Nightmare position to be in.
And to go back to what you were saying
FLG
about, I mean, they haven't won a
512,
series
thank you
since
so much with the
December,
prime
and
2 months in the
against
slug
VCT
club.
teams,
Appreciate you, dude.
it's
Thank
8
you,
losses
thank
in a
you.
row. It's not just the 0-5 that you see them on the scoreboard or on the standings
Chat,
right now.
let's get some
It's
slugs
a lot
in.
worse than that of a picture.
Thank you very much, mate.
And now
Okay,
dealing
I mean,
with
it was
as
a
well,
strong pistol.
6-man subbing
Nice
in.
shots hit.
Davies, the Colombian for this team, is out because of tendonitis in his elbow. So big shoes to fill, and against the best team in the league.
in a role that's not easy. That's not like a plug-and-play role of a Harbor to execute
In
well.
terms of how
Can
we
be
are
really
approaching
difficult.
this, we got 2 people that can buy rifles into the
see what
next
he's able to
round,
do. Again, the first
and we
round
got
went in
2
favor of
rifles
Loud
and
off
then
two
1 gun as well in terms
explosive
of the
openers with the
Spectres, so I
Sheriff.
like that they're thinking
Yeah,
ahead
they've
on
got
this
a
one.
couple Spectres to
And
work with as
Crew
well.
once
Pulled
again
up
looking
the
over
stamp,
towards
wasn't
punishing
fair
B.
for Kawanzi.
They're
That's
just,
all for now.
yeah, that is what they've been told.
They've
Within
taken
the
so much
first
space,
4,
don't be
maybe
long,
5
man.
rounds,
3,
you have to
4.
punish
Excuse me,
B
4
early
pushing
on.
down that way.
Yeah, I mean, but
And
Loud right
yeah,
now, they're
no
recognizing
success
it's
in
the same
terms
thing
of
that
the
happened
round
on Pistol.
before,
So,
and obviously
look at
no
Leslie's already
challenge
watching here,
this
and
round.
he's not even worried about the double doors flank.
And this is honestly very similar to what they do on other maps as well. We've seen a very similar approach on the defensive side from Crew on Ascent, for example, where they send multiple down a flank, and this time Loud was just ahead of it. They were ready for it, and they just cleaned it up.
Look at that unity for Loud. Peeking back through double doors.
Logic,
there,
thank you
Duarte
so
as well,
much.
Kawanzin just in time to save
Poe
Les
hates Poe.
from the oncoming players through shot.
Poe hates Poe. Even Poe
This
hates
looks like
itself.
it's going to be an optimal round for them as well.
Melza looking to do
Yeah, I
Chad a
don't say
favor
that.
with this
I don't
one.
remember any of the other
Give them
Poes.
their favorite time. So chat actually talked about so I talked to Pupty, who does all of the emotes,
Okay, Sky.
and we're getting some kind of question mark emote coming in,
I think every single
some kind of slug
shot
question
from the
mark emote.
Sheriff has hit.
She's great at what she does, so
rang
she'll
true.
probably come up with something pretty good. So we'll have some kind of emotes to spam for this. So
And it's also
should be
nice
kinda
to see
cool. We're
Loud
just
again.
gonna
They're the only
I've
player
got to
twice,
accept
they're
it,
the only player
and we've got to
who's alone on the
implement
map
it
is
in.
not carrying a rifle or even a Spectre.
You'll be
Very
allowed to
few
spam it. Yeah, it's fine.
Chances even given
Well,
to Crew.
it's
That's
much
just so
nicer
logical.
looking over and seeing some
So intelligent, so well played.
some actual emotes. You gotta lean in. Yeah, I gotta accept defeat on this one.
And to notice now,
We have
back to
5
the
more as
regular
well.
mid-control
We
again.
have 5 more coming.
the fathers of this
but
concept,
I'll
fathers
wait.
of the idea
And you lot will see. Well, we're all
that you
waiting.
can throw this
We'll
type
see.
of wall.
But should be some point
And
this
you
week,
can
to be
see-
honest with you.
Crew doing what Leviathan
So we'll-
like to do, which is this little
Yeah, something to look
gap
forward
in
to.
towards B that does cover arts as well.
The thing is, they didn't. I think it was
Isaac,
because
good
of
news for you
Heavy's
as
wall.
well. Got a
They
got
weren't
got a
able to
few,
scale
or
far enough
I
to
think
clear the
well, I
alarm,
say a
but
few.
that's
I
in
think
link
at least
right now.
one.
This
I'm
position
gonna look
versus
into more
Conti, I
for
mean,
the
holy,
tier 3
it's
as
gonna
well.
be able to lurk all the
I
way
need to look at
back
the
all.
slots actually to see how many.
Just dead?
There's
So
no
now
way
that
he
we've
knows.
discovered what the tiers are,
No way at all.
gonna be damn,
Shetty's
dude.
feeling some of the wrath as well.
he opens this up
That
by
is
just
beautiful.
walking over towards the
And I
side.
think also recognizing
Spike
that
planted.
alarm bot was in mid, they actually could have broken it, but they chose not to. Recognizing that that's not going to be over towards B. Yes, there could have been a
So
turret.
yeah, we're
but
gonna
they
have stuff
also
for the
probably
tier
spotted that as
3s,
well.
the tier 2s.
That mid control goes
But I need
deep,
to
and
look
now
I need to look
Les
into
is
it.
already hunting. I mean, he
Okay,
was
nicely,
definitely out there
nicely
banging.
done from Les. Just opens this one up.
Wanted to go hunting. Loud wanted to go
Straight
deep.
on,
Into
walking
their
over
spawn,
towards the
three
site.
remaining members of
2
crew.
kills.
Looks like they are going to be able to keep the rifles in tow. Forgot about the corner of that wall there. And carry those rifles in the next round. But this is
Oh yeah,
another
Loud
round
haven't
won by
lost a
Loud.
round
Economy
on
should be
Pearl.
really
If we
nice for
include the
them here moving
EG,
forward.
that's true.
Jonesy
This
wants
could
it too.
really rack up.
I don't
He's
blame him.
alone, so not going to go too far.
Siege as well. Siege, thank you so much. Siege
They do have to
6-1.
say there, I mean, Kesnet probably expecting a
6-10. Why did I say
The
6-1?
substitution to be able to
Siege,
spot
thank you so
somebody
much, mate.
walking out
Appreciate
like
it.
that.
Thank
But
you
I
for your
think
prime 3 months in Slug
there's
Club.
no
Thank you,
blame to
dude.
even
Thank you,
be
thank you.
thrown
Right,
there
first
towards
buy
Machete.
was a bit of a disaster
I
for
think
crew.
that
Leicester's
wall
kind of
was
walks
just
over towards
perfectly
it
timed for Les, the way that
and
he's
yeah,
able to get
uses
off
their
all the
wall to
way
their advantage.
next to
Hits
that
2 nice
screen is
shots.
just beautiful. And things
Save some guns so they get an
after a little
okay
bit of a lackluster
low buy.
start from Crew, really,
So
I
yeah,
mean,
in theory,
kills on the board.
Loud have won the last 16 rounds on.
and they have to deal with Loud
on
now,
Pearl.
starting to get some ult economy.
I
out
wonder,
for Les.
I wonder if how the game went before that one though.
Oh, and a dink on Ashedi
It's a nice
already.
start into this. Insta dink coming in, getting a little bit closer
Not
towards the
the
harbor.
start
A
you
control
imagined.
and crew. I mean, and
Found out you'd be starting for
why
Crew.
not? Honestly, just taking risks in
0-3
terms
so
of where they
far,
hear the first
already
bit
having
of
to get healed up
detail.
with no
Look
armor,
at
while
this
the
though.
rest of
Les
Loud
is
breaking
finding
barricade
timings
their way on A.
everywhere.
Tui's the first to
He was
fall,
very
though. Unlike
pivotal
Kesnet. Remember,
in
that's a
making the
rifle that they
13-0
carried from the
happen
previous
against
round.
EG. Let's see if
And reclearing art too. But
let's
once
see if it's
again,
the
Les-
same. Oof. Damn.
He actually
Okay.
gets
Well, that's a
taken out.
curse.
There we go.
That was a bold repeat by Ashedi,
That's,
too.
yeah, of course.
Not just to take the duel the first time, but to choose to willingly, by his own
Yeah.
volition, refight.
Placing
I mean, it's a
swarm grenade.
risk that
Swarm grenade
kind of
out.
has to be taken in that sense.
Yeah.
Les, if he gets that position, they all of a sudden have the pinch through art. Melzer would have been in trouble, and they can execute on A now. Loud actually in a 3v5
Okay,
situation.
3v5 for Loud.
Remember,
And they're going
started
over
with the
towards the
dink.
site with his one person. Killjoy, hopefully going to be falling back
May end
after
with
this
a
shot.
DK here. Or it may end with an
Really
SSS.
wanted one.
I mean, when
Will
they
it
went for the
backfire?
13-0
That's the
against
thing.
30 seconds left.
3v5
last
into a
week on this
3v4.
map, it was
25
stuff like
seconds
that
to
was
plant.
happening over and over and over.
Yeah.
Just magic from the Loud players.
Trying to get the good plant in. What's the spam like?
Aspas off-center plant behind that
Wait,
box
what?
in his smoke.
Wait,
avoiding
what?
the spam from Kesnet.
I mean, he did take a bullet, but it was only, what, 5
And
bits
it's
of
down to a
damage.
3v3.
Yeah. Off of a 5v3, and Loud doesn't have a ton of utility, but they... Yikes.
Oh boy.
Well,
Yikes.
they cleaned that one up fast. Aspas did great. Hit a
3v5
lot of
converted
hit a lot of
into
nice
a
shots
4-round lead
potentially.
for Loud.
And
Look
the
how the
3v5
difference-
gets
And
insta
how this map plays
reverted
when you go through
into a
B-Link
round.
versus where you
That
go
was
through B-Long. You just have so much more control of the site.
yeah, that was kind of convincing and
the
a
retake
worrying
gets
sign for
even
crew.
harder. I mean, there's multiple stages.
Yeah, give me
that you
these
then need
Aspas
to
skills.
Overcome. You can't just go for the regular B-Long wall outside of from B-Link. There's
Looks like he was ready to get the last one as well. Countenance beat him to it.
really tough, but
Another
thankfully
buy
that
round for
save
crew.
allows a buy
Money
here, allows a
in
little
the
bit of
bin
a
after
force
this one.
from
Let's
Crew.
see what they can do. Man, they've hardly got any
Still
kills.
no op for Kesnet, though.
Look at the
And I
money. It's
think he
out
needs
of
to get
control
that
already.
going
We're
sooner
on the
rather than
5th
later.
round.
Oh, he's going past this wall. I've never
One
seen that
orb
from a Jet player.
for Harbor,
Very
and that
nice.
is all. So we'll keep an eye on that.
Attempts. There's a
Oh,
gap there too, and
just got
Kesnet
it now.
Abused
Looking like
this
an
in
absolute
past
classic,
games.
this one. Early rotates for crew. Do they want to try fight this? Does look like it.
From crew to provide some cover, but Aspas getting high ground and a kill. Reckoning still ticking away. Klaus tucking behind.
Nice molly on him.
Some utility. Oh, the cove just saved his life.
They have control of this, crew does.
It just looks
that
it's
back
like
row
where
peeking.
are you meant
Yeah,
to
there we go.
fight?
Klaus
It's
coming out
crazy.
from the screen. That's spammable.
Klaus
You
did
also have
great.
the flank now
This
from
is real
Melzer.
nice in terms of the
Very
flank.
doable.
Cove kind of saves him.
mean, that
There's
certainly
a
would
chance
help
there
things
to get
for
this
sure.
kill. They have no map control in
just
terms of this
escaping
2-on-2 though. So I'm
Loud
not
don't have
sure
the spike currently,
crew need to do
Enemy
much.
remaining.
but crew have
Yeah,
a
nicely
round.
done on this.
It
Nicely,
was
nicely
really
done.
up for that, what, that
The
TK
over
with Bulldog
rotate
from
helped them in this.
Hell?
From Klaus.
And it
That
was kind of all down to Klaus
well
getting the
handled, I
double
think,
kill on
actually.
site.
I mean, after losing Aspas, who went for that updraft on that box, they're able to keep them behind the screen, behind the Viper wall that they had. With Melzer flanking, remember.
I would agree too, because you look at it on
Someone
a
was gonna
minimap,
do
and Loud
100?
had what, 4 members on site. It looked
That's
really
outrageous.
claustrophobic. It looked really clouded, and it didn't look like Crew was gonna be able to
Okay,
handle
let's
it.
see
but
what they can do.
You mentioned it. It seemed like they still had control.
Money's
and
really
that's
low.
okay from
1-9
Clash
loss
all around.
bonus if they lose this. If they lose this, is devastating.
You got Crew with a
That's a
couple
nice
of
start
ults of
though.
their
Get
own
good
here.
trades over
One of
towards
them is
middle.
already
Hill comes
followed.
in
They
as
still have
well.
Seekers for Klaus.
It's a big trade. There's not 2 rounds in a row where Crew are getting advantage really early in these rounds.
Toxin screen down.
3 rounds, but they lost.
And I like the
Uh-oh.
adaptation too. They swapped the
Nah,
KJ
you
over.
don't need to. You don't need to go aggro.
This wasn't as bad as a 3v5, but Crew did have numbers advantage here. Now equalized.
In the 4v3, they decide to go aggro. Nags has done great though to get this back, and then we're pivoting over towards A. Does Melsa take a little bit of a risk and do this? I mean, he might hit numbers. Yeah, he's done great. Can have a pretty good crossfire if we get into this Doctor Distract.
They've got the pinch on me.
Yeah, I don't really know about Melsa. I think he might have owned this.
Spike planted.
Can't go too fast though.
Uh-oh.
Can't get ahead of his team, and he actually does give up
Uh-oh.
the advantage because of it.
Just lost his good positioning.
On the code still up. Now spam down as Clash trades with a bit of his own. Melser ahead of it.
One
No.
enemy
Aspas in the 1v1 against Nags. He has blades, light armor, and time on his side. But clean shots
Nicely
from
done.
Nags to get Crew the
Yeah,
second.
Nags got 2 important kills there. Last one here and one over towards B. Really nice.
That massive trade in mid forces Loud actually to go a
Is this
little
an,
bit
is this
faster
an
than you'd
I
expect
or
there.
is this
I think losing
is this Level Lands?
Arbor in that instance.
Level Lands?
And then
I think
also
that's right.
losing
Level Lands.
less
Please tell me how
down
to say your
below.
name. I don't want to butcher it, but I think I'm gonna go for Level Lands.
I mean, a good attempt
Chat,
by
let's
the
get a
2
lot
players
of
remaining
slug
on
approves in for Level Lands. 5 gifted first,
Wow.
gifted from him. First 5 on the board. Thank you so much, Level Lands. Appreciate it. And
After a really rough
if you
start,
hear your
losing the
name,
bonus.
make sure you say thank you to
Get back
Anna.
into this. They really
Sorry,
are. This is that defensive side.
Annie Kef, Azure Blue,
And while the shots did
2
not look
boots a
clean in the
beat.
very first couple of rounds, they
Ota
definitely
8D,
coming online now.
and Clanks. Welcome into the Slug Club. Oh boy.
Both of them,
Damn.
but Aspas wins it out.
Yeah, Aspas comes on top of that one, and he's going real fast on this.
this.
Money's still low for Crew. I love the discipline, and they get the ult out of it. That's an instant pivot over towards B.
And they're just gone.
Okay, Nags needs to try and go
hard to
huge
hold
once
this
again.
for Nags.
I mean, he's got a Cascade he has to deal with, a Trailblazer in his face, and Molly's in his lap, but
How did that
Ash
stun him? It felt like he shot it.
helps. Gets one with the
At
Bulldog.
least they got a kill though. Problem is when they
Got
get
two
over
mollies
towards the
too,
site.
but
Yep.
this kid is weird.
And it's a good ult.
They have just unconventional holds.
He's
so
in a
far on
massive
these
ult.
house plants.
He can be anywhere.
Reckoning's not even going to go towards the pit.
Levelands,
So
thank
they're
you so
able
much.
to
Let's see
hold
if I
from
can
here,
see your name in chat.
They're also dealing with a really small choke here, Loud. This is a tough post plant.
Kawanzin's playing a little bit further back,
Hold up.
but they're still tucked. They're still
Oh,
concealed
it's
by the
devastating.
pit.
Let's take him down. 3 people here.
Spike ticks away. Crew are going to have to be pacey about this one. They're going to have to go. They're going to have to brave the pit, or at least attempt to. Ash Eddie left alone here.
I mean, this is brutal.
Decayed and
Damn,
dead.
nicely done from Les. Good ult from him. Like a
Absolutely
really nice
brutal.
ult. I
A
thought it
little
was great.
innovative mix up in the very late round with that Viper's Pit that gives them so much space to hold the flank through B-Link and also hold the plant too.
Yeah.
Pretty devastating to deal with. A lot
I
that
lost
continues to
Hafey.
innovate.
Lost Hafey. Thank you so much as well, chat. New member
A
of
lot
the
that
Slug Club.
continues to get
Thank you,
creative
thank you.
on a map that actually they did stumble recently. Yes, they
No
might be the
30, no
fathers
sad.
of the
Yeah.
comp
It's true.
and the teachers
Lost
for
Hafey,
many on this
welcome
map,
in.
but
And QZ90
stumbled
as well
last
with the
week
Prime.
against
Thank you so much.
Sentinels
Appreciate it. 2
and the new
months.
Marved on that team.
Thank you for all of the support.
And I think one thing that Crew
Okay.
is not going to be able to
That
rely on
means,
these next
because of
few,
that round,
actually maybe the rest
we
of
get
this
another
defensive side
eco.
is those brawls in
And
mid.
yeah, kind of
That's a
devastating. But
dangerous game to
honestly,
be playing against Loud.
defense side, if they can rack up like
But that also just
4?
does feel like a
Might be
success
alright.
point, perhaps a key to victory. But you're right. If that's your key to victory and you're doing it against Loud, that just doesn't feel good.
Ooh, that flash is
the
really
timing
deep.
of this just
Get
walks all the
some
way
info,
through.
but
That's real
does
good.
not spot how far out these Loud
Yeah,
players
no matter
are.
what, they had the
That's
trade
best
ready for art as well, so I
undetected,
kind of
able to
liked it. It
apply
was
pressure
risk-free, really.
Klaus back sight. The Singer's
Damn,
not going to do anything.
really strong round from them. It was very, very nice.
I love
Level
that
Lands as
hit
well,
from
chat.
Loud. I know it's an anti-eco.
So you gift,
but throwing
what
up
a
the
generous
high
guy.
tide, that
Gifts
thing lasts
gifts
a
the subs
long
before
time.
joining the Slug
And
Club.
then walking
Chat, let's get a lot of
past,
slugs in for the
reminiscent
new
of
member
old
as well. Gifted 5 subs,
some of
then
their
joined as
contact
well. Thank
plays
you for
where
the
they
support,
put
mate.
down
Welcome into the
smokes and
Slug
just
Club.
continue to
Appreciate you doing that.
contact and give a false sense that they're not hitting the site. A lot of times you rely on, when you're playing defense,
Thank you,
the
mate.
noise to determine whether they're actually hitting, whether they're actually committing to the site. And implicitly, that same thing can give you
Why
false
don't?
information when a team
Yeah, I don't know.
has this
The
in their arsenal. This is
American.
really nice.
The Americans League, definitely the replays aren't as common as EMEA or Pacific. I agree.
Remaining members of crew just going to die harmlessly to the spike.
I'm not entirely sure.
2 people, 1 awful, Sadak and Kalanzine. I mean, if they both get kills, they can see a different
Make the
story
question
in this
like a
next
tier
round,
3.
which is
Damn, that's
critical.
really
It's a swing round.
that's too greedy. Nah, I'm down for the spam,
That's the
dude. I'm
timeout for
in for
crew.
it. I think it'll be fine.
Find themselves down 4 rounds, and we've already seen a lot of versatility and a lot of uniqueness in how Loud have wanted to approach this. All right, you even go back to their ability to contact. through
Sean
their
said the
utility
replay
in the
people are
previous
new in
round,
NA. That makes
and just
sense.
get a free kill
And they're
into
just
Art.
learning.
It's been
That makes a
very
lot of
clinical.
sense. Because it feels like the POVs are there. Because when we see replays, they're kind of stacked in terms of showing everything, but it's
First chances
just
for the
not as
coaches
common,
to
right?
talk.
Cassidy as well. Cassidy,
Fraud
chat,
on the
another
side
new
Loud,
member of the
who
Slug
has
Club.
Honestly, turned into one of the best coaches.
So many
You
new
expected
members
it given his
this week.
pedigree,
It's
but
been
one of the
kind
best
of
coaches
insane.
in the
Cassidy, thank you so much. Welcome.
And Adam
Welcome,
as
welcome.
well.
And May as
on
well.
Crew's side.
And May, thank you so much. 7 months.
I think one of the important things here for Loud to
Cassidy
keep in mind
and
is, yes, they're
Anna
undefeated,
May,
but that
thank you,
battle
thank
for
you.
first seed is not over. They cannot let their foot off the gas when Cloud9 is only 1 loss.
So the
as
OG
well.
person came and charged to help set up, but
If
isn't
they
running
lose
the
a
show
single
this time
game, all of a
round.
sudden, yes, they
Interesting.
have the head-to-head there,
Well, then it's only going to get better.
but all of a sudden that gets a little bit more interesting in the weeks to come.
Off this timeout, we'll see what crew decide to do. Again, down 4 rounds. Nag says this ult. You've got Kesnet with the op, light armor 2.
I expect some orb control
Yeah.
here from Loud with 2 players.
We're
close
back
to the
here
goal.
again.
There's no reason not to go
Let's
for
say
one.
the aim is 4.
And I'm shocked that
They
Crew is
got-
actually
they
not
got
playing to
We've got
counter
4 rounds left.
the
They
orb
only want to win
out loud.
half of them.
Look, I mean, you can see
That
the
would be pretty
inconsistency.
decent in terms of the
Trailblazer.
half. We go
That's
early
just to
towards
get
A. We've got orb control.
the
That's an
space here
ult.
for one
If
of
they
two
want
is-
it
or
for
sorry,
any one of
Sadak or
these,
Kalanzine.
Killjoy's coming over.
grab it,
Killjoy
it will be
gets it.
Sadak.
Question mark created.
Prize possession acquired for Loud.
Toxins going
And again
up.
for
You
crew
should
out of
run.
this timeout.
Still a question mark all in
This
as well.
cannot pull
No point in
anybody
flashing this one.
Manchester
Killjoy
United
ult
their
goes
own.
down in reply.
Using theirs,
And
they've
a
put the
harbor
right
ult
thing
from
out
here.
Jace to get up into
Wow.
They just broke it. I mean, that
They
is so
ulted
free.
here and then
And
they
they
went
have the
back
high
and
tide
took
out now, too.
R.
This is, I mean,
That
really
this is a nice round
to
from Loud.
Clear back through R.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a
And also
risky,
able to counter in the middle of their own strat, able to counter the ult that's placed out
little
from
bit
Crew.
of a
That's some
risky
beautiful counter work.
It's
Killjoy
intended
ult
to be a
considering
threat, and it just
no
ends
R
up being
control.
nothing more than a whimper.
But it was very nicely handled from
It's just
Loud.
so easy and so effortless to scale up and clear that
And
out.
they're really good at like
Maybe Ashton can
thinking
do
ahead
something
and
about
creating
this. He's gotten
plans.
the
This
first
was
goal
a
on
pretty
Kalanzine.
in-depth round.
He gets the second
And they're still not going to win
Oh,
it.
this
Exedi
kid's good.
standing in.
This kid's
And
real good.
he's an absolute hero.
What a shift from beautiful to disastrous. Out aloud.
All right. We
That's
said
something
4.
that when you go for these like
Here.
complicated
They won away.
multi-step strats, sometimes
Let's
you
get
start to
these
fall
idiots.
apart when you don't consider the rest of the
Problem with the
protocol. How do
4
you
is they
follow
probably
up?
need the
How do you
pistol.
get back into good post-plant positions?
So, don't know if we explained that one before.
And it's risky to go for a lot
But
of hard
we'll
play
get to
here.
that. We'll get to that when
And
we're
it's
there.
definitely desync there from a couple of their players, so it looks disastrous. Looks like things fell apart.
Honestly,
Looks like
I'm
they
not-
didn't
I'm
really
not
have a
even
plan, but
surprised,
no,
Logic,
actually, it's just
honestly.
one little mistake on the timing, one little mistake on the positioning, and all of a sudden you can't get there in time for your teammate.
And the money's starting to stabilize.
Opposite on the hands of Kesnet, this time with full armor. Ult for
Loud
Kalanzine, and
have
they'll try to play
had
around this
full
Seekers,
control
try
of
to
A
exec
main
fast onto
every
site.
single round,
They
it
haven't
feels like.
really exploited
Like if
the
they
middle
want
of
A
the
main,
map.
they want an orb, it's
From
theirs
the middle
every
of the
single
map
time. We haven't seen
for a
much of a
while.
fight for
I mean,
this.
this insistence on hitting this A site right now feels like they're scrimming, feels like they're going through the strap book.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty wild.
refining.
Loud are
the
kind of
little
done
things.
really good at just hitting over towards A a lot.
I don't know how anyone sees anything on this site. I mean, you've got a Viper's Wall, you've got a Cascade, you've got a High Tide, you've got a Cove.
It
Vision
didn't work
blockers
last
aplenty,
round. Let's see what the
spike
retake's
planted.
like. They're very scared of the flank. Everyone coming from spawn, it might be pretty hard.
Funnel out here, but again, no key ults for Crew to work around.
Look at this. They go back for the same post plant to
Yeah.
refine what you just said. And it's falling down again.
This time, no heroics
We
from
have
Ash at
one
Dart, but
smoke
he
and
is
one
still
cove,
healthy. He is still
so
alive.
the defuse
And he
is
still a
doable.
problem.
Damn, dude, what the hell's going on?
One.
This kid's going
Less
crazy.
got a little bit of room to work with. He's going to have to 1v2 this. The Molly's going to delay for just a moment. The cove now cleared. And
Oh,
it's
he
just
left the low
buying
HP,
time.
yeah.
Lex has to win. He's out. He's got the first.
Got
Meltzer's
spam
weak. And he's
Yeah, had to
dead.
get half here.
The clutch
Nicely
from
handled from
Les.
Les.
And the round for Loud.
Les looks insanely comfortable in this map.
7-3.
Damn, look at
Starts
the
to
score
look
though.
and paint a
15,
picture.
5, 12, 5, and then
It's
4,
not
3, and
perfect
2.
Out of Crew, but
This
there's
is a
definitely some
big
things to
kill disparity
gain
in
from this.
this.
I think for me though, I'm looking at a lot that's definitely going through things where they're testing. They're trying to make sure. I mean,
Okay.
works.
Yeah.
That actually works. Very cool. And the idea of running through the strats right now, I'm saying that because they've hit the A site 3 times in a row with a couple of different little variations. And also
Low
working
by
through the ults
Kesnet.
and opposite
saving enough
strats
for the
that
op
Crew
at
are
least.
definitely going to be trying to countercall you with. So Loud just looking to get better and better. That's what Ospa said in the interview at the top of the day.
It's funny, they paid them a lot of respect in that interview, but given how they've approached the last couple of rounds, it doesn't seem to be the case. At least not in the server. More concerned with refining their play than what their opponents will do. Aspas taking a little bit of damage here, has the blades online. And Ops.
It's a nightmare to fight on this map.
But it's gone back and
Look at
forth here.
this though.
Ops
Like,
getting
where are
more
you meant to
frenzied.
fight when this
Meltzer
happens?
still has a pistol.
Like, where are you meant to stand? How are you ever meant to win the trains?
That was a pistol. Now the shorty.
And if you can't ever confidently win the
He's real
trades
good with the Guardian.
because there's no good
With the flash in your
crossfire
face,
once you
what can
block
you do?
this, how are you ever meant
Not
to
much.
end the after
And
plant's
out of the
too
timeout,
strong?
we haven't really seen much more success out from Crew.
It's
8-3
so
now in
faulty.
favor of Loud.
We got a
You
faulty
have
map.
plenty of ideas coming
We
into
got
this,
a-
but they're so
we
much
got a
easier
faulty
contemplated than they are completed.
site.
Yeah. Look at that flash from Klaus actually. Up on top, that is really, really nice to catch the players down below, but Loud was so far ahead of it. And that's what falls apart with that setup this time.
Right.
That was
I
the
said
same setup
4,
that Klaus
and
got
they have a very
success
good
with-
chance of this. They
with
get the
Kesnet and
op out. We
Backhaul.
got 3 ults. Less is one away from this.
And
Oh
Loud fumbled
no.
against it last time.
Oh no.
Very
They're one
happy to
away from
continue to
2
take
big
those fights.
ults.
Ospas
And
not
every
going
single
as
time they've been
aggressive. He
getting
didn't
A
have that
main
op in the
control.
last
This is
one.
the first time we kind of
look at
see
this, though.
Crew fighting for this
Ospas
because they
sticking
don't
with the
really want it to
Phantom,
happen. They
knowing
at least
that he's
block
gonna be a
vision, but
guy who's pivotal to dash in
they
on
didn't
site.
push all the way through.
Not using that op like last round, and he did have the knives last round to supplement. Which is funny because a lot of other teams, when they have knives, they'll drop the op to somebody else. In this case, Ospas does the opposite.
And it's already an opener. A little spam.
I was going to say no trade for this one, but Kesnet,
no idea where he was.
a little bit of a delay on it. Strikes back. Oh man.
Last finding value at the op of his own.
That's
Numbers once again in
devastating.
favor
That's a
of Loud.
Viper ult. It's going to
Those
take a lot of
peaks
space.
right
This
there
one just
are
has a
so
good
much
understanding
easier
that
to
him
hit
playing
with
like
your
this means that
opposite.
there's only one there.
And you don't need the movement. You could be in plenty of safe angles there if you're less.
Harbor
He's
ult.
just grabbed that orb to get the
Into
reckoning online.
Viper
Instantly
ult.
uses it last round of the half, and it's going to be traded with one of Crew's.
Harbor ult and Harbor ult.
They're attempting to cause chaos on the side off of the reckoning. The pulses that are intended to cause some problems, but there's no follow-up behind it. They waited out. Now they're going to have to deal with the pit as well.
This pit is so ridiculously hard to find the kill on the less because he could place it from below.
I give him this good little
He's just
gap
tucked
though.
around the corner. I mean, you see
Yeah,
it
you
on
might
the
have
map.
earned
He's-
this.
He's safe here.
Oh, hello.
The only way he gets threatened is if they
Yeah,
lose
he
backside,
might
and
have
they
just
have.
absolutely owned this.
But how much more value can they find? They're pushing right into him. That's the pit. That's
I'll
the
tell you
round.
what.
Heroics
Xedi,
from Manchetti.
stand-in, won them 2 big
Crew have
rounds.
made this possible now in this first half.
So
Felt
good
like
impact
it would
from
have been a
him.
dominant win for Loud, but there's still chances here for Crew.
It was so funny. You see that little gap he had? He kind of didn't realize how much he had owned it. He was so confident
at
that
it
someone
one more
would be
time.
watching him.
Kesnet with a great opener with that op.
He
And
was
again,
so
you could
sure
see
that
prior to
he
that,
wasn't
they were
this lucky
spamming
to
back
just get the
bots.
most
They thought
perfect
that's where
little
Kesnet
gap.
was, but
And like
he
they
had
would have
gotten
been
away
aware
from
and
it at
talked
just the
about
right
it.
time, and Ash
The
had
amount
his
of times he
players
was
forward
looking
as
over
well.
there.
There's gaps for some of these setups
Yeah.
for Loud. Falls apart in the post plant a few times, but overall still clean. 8-4 is the half.
8-4 is the half. Sean is standing by with the round to break down
4,
at the telestrator.
4 and
Sean,
a
take it away.
pistol.
Yeah,
And
thank you so
four in a
much.
pistol and
Thank you so
unbelieving.
much, Doug. So what I want to talk
So
about
they
is
made-
how
they did the
Loud
first
changed
step.
their play
Now they
style
gotta win
here against
pistol.
Crew. I mentioned it in the opening desk, just how they can change up and play very loose. So what I want to pay attention to at the start of this bonus round actually is the fake that's going on over here at long by Les, the spam over here from Kesnit, and the sub in Shetty, and you can see the real
I really
focal
thought he was
point
gonna
here
pick
is
the,
going to be in
Killjoy
middle.
ult,
That's where
Killjoy ult
4
run.
players from Loud are, and you're going to see
Maybe
why
it's a
in
bit too
second.
late in the
So,
game.
right now, the 4 players are approaching mid, and as they come up to the door, you see the harbor wall comes through, and what that's doing to Crew, that's making them all rotate. There's so many unknowns right now for Crew, and they're rotating towards the middle of the map. Now, this is all just a massive ruse because you're noticing Les over here at B is lurking up behind his Viper wall, which is what we're currently witnessing on the screen. The 2 players at B have fallen back. They've receded into the site because of this link pressure. That opens things up for Les. He's waiting for the toxins to recharge. You can see them down here. And when they get at about 60%, he goes ahead and activates it again. And that's going to open up a window for him to slip to backhaul. And you can see he's visualizing this whole round. He knows the harbor's in link. And the second he gets the kill onto Kesnit, he swings, gets the second kill. And just like that, the round is already over. The spike is going down. The nanos are on the spike. The alarm
it
bot's on
stands
the
in
spike.
today.
And Crew is massively out of position.
Standing
It's
for 2
plays
maps.
like
If we
this
get a
that
third
make
map,
Loud
I'll sit down.
Such a dynamic team.
I'll treat
And
myself.
I'm curious to see, are they going to continue the scrappy style going into the defensive half? Anyway, back to you guys, Doug and Balla.
Yeah, those types of things definitely can't happen on the bonus. Sean going for the really nice breakdown on Les's play. And we mention a lot how Pearl is B-long focused. That type of gap being found is the exact thing that will lose you tons of attack side rounds. But the funny part is Loud didn't really go too deep into that B side. They weren't really
didn't.
going into what has become prevalent for the rest of the league in the meta for this map. A lot more focus on that mid control, and you see why. Able to pull.
Right, I'm going to
players
focus
off
a little
and
bit
find
on
some
Crew for
value.
this to see what they got for their
for them.
pistol. I think it's a must win in terms of if they want to take this one.
Now the pistol.
Don't
up.
have much belief otherwise.
As we
Flash
should
goes
receive.
in, that's an important amount of info.
He
2 people
instantly
here.
gets flashed off. He's by himself too, but he wants to re-peek into this. Well positioned. by Loud.
Dude, that looked so
Interesting
weird.
choice to buy a share for
Those
two.
3 taking
Not
this.
able to get a smoke, so he can't smoke dash.
Yeah, Aspas did it too.
LOL 65
easier on his
nice.
defense, though.
Thank you so much, mate. Welcome into the Slug Club. Thank you for using Prime on me. That's devastating that Aspas didn't hit any of them. And they're going fast with this. Instant reactions to push over towards middle. They're getting some map
He
control.
probably gets chased down there anyways.
And they get over towards site for free, and it's looking like they can plant and get after plant positions. Oh, they want
Either
a
way,
lot
Crew's
more.
numbers advantage and the spike planted.
Spike planted.
Seems like Kawanzinya.
They get really good positions. 4 people back here.
That's where the
3.
vast majority of Crew's strength is.
And they didn't see
Foul
them.
Spotted. Excuse me, Kesnit spotted.
I mean, they're going to think there's at
Boundary
least
still
2
there.
here, so they're not going to think there's 3 here. This poor person that turns
They're
the
gonna try
corner.
to take this fight.
Poor Les, man.
They're
He's going to see
patient
so
about it.
many.
They're taking their dear sweet time.
What a great pistol
They
from
burn
them.
the clock down perhaps a bit too far. Yeah.
Okay, I
It's a
mean, there we
flawless
go.
round for
That was
Crew.
stage 2. Let's start believing.
Really nice. I mean, canceling Aspas immediately in A main. And the funny part too is Aspas actually was supported by a lot of teammates. But because Kesnit is able to actually explore alone on the default, he recognizes there was a hit. He recognized that there could have been a setup for Aspas. And he brings the rest of his teammates over. That's massive. On
Yeah,
the
that was a
attack
good
here
pistol.
for Crew, this is definitely
Got 1
a
shorty.
boon for them winning that
In
pistol.
terms of this, though, 3 rifles, 1 person that can buy a rifle next round.
Certainly helped the comeback
And so,
attempt.
yeah, and an
3
extra
rounds now
Spectre. So
separating the 2
Crew are
teams.
allowed 2 deaths here.
And Crew want to
Anything
go
above
fast,
2 deaths
and they're
is
making no intentions of
pretty
concealing their
devastating, but
intentions.
it's alright, I
Wall up.
guess.
And it's actually being
Oh
able to
boy,
pull up
early
the
rotate
from
coming in.
Loud.
4 people here. They haven't taken too much map control. Only a bit over towards long. We got a lurker.
If Nags over there can actually spot that there's
Turret,
rotations. I don't
again.
think you can hear less at that point.
You're
So
looking
it's
at
not
the
calling
wall,
to rotate back for
but the
Crew. This is
wall
dangerous stuff.
hitbox is like here, so everything
Aspas
above
has a shorty
this
backhaul too.
isn't actually
You've
there, so the
gotta be
turret
careful
sees
here,
them.
Crew.
Still time to pivot.
It's
if
all
you
visual.
choose to. But no, they are going to stay. Aspas waiting just on the other side of the wall. Gas should be running
Safe
out
plant
very
worries
shortly.
me. Safe plant worries me, and they all play behind the wall. Oh
Here's
god.
the idea. Over and over, just play post plant belong, and against the pistols, it's very, very easy to do. Should easily be dealt with now.
Should.
Keyword.
Should.
Keyword.
All right. Kalanzin's weak. He should die soon.
Why are they all playing so far back?
Yeah.
Okay, it's
That wall,
alright.
I mean, running out of fuel, it's
Yeah,
impossible
someone's
at
got to
that
get
point.
close.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
a brutal spot to be in.
Alright, never even
Very
worried.
clean,
Kesnet had it
Viper,
under
very
control.
clean.
Nice run from him.
Great choice there. Great discipline not to push in the back hole. With the wall that they have, they don't need to on that anti-eco.
And they,
Although some teams like Cloud9 have
They only
opted
lost
to
this, right?
flood, flash,
so this should
and
be a
dive
rifle.
with their defensive wall. The part here
And
that
it's a
wasn't
really good,
available for
bonus.
Loud, though, is that defensive wall was used to actually rotate over and start the stack in the first place. Let's see if Crew can do what Loud did in that first half and convert the bonus here.
Yeah,
And
massive
Loud have
round.
intentions of disrupting
Let's
it
see, it's a very good
straight
bonus.
away, down below.
Loud wanting to do what Crew did. Early
Deep
shut down
flash.
over towards B,
Can't
taking
tell
a
if they call
gamble
it Melser or not.
in terms of no one at door.
But he's playing safe either way. They leave Aspas in the spot, rotate back.
Someone to cover it now,
Crap
so they
is
only had a.
sprung.
There's only like a small period where someone could have done this, so
get
they're just
dangerous here.
taking. They're fine with that.
Depending on the pivot, both sides. Aspas going to explore against Melzer, and he's happy to take that.
He
Even
got
happy to stay
melted.
for more, which is a little bit bold from Aspas, given that there could
Actually
be players
melted.
following up, and he's going to take the space and actually get rid of a disadvantage that you have when you push B long, which is the speed of your rotate.
Poison orb emitting.
Be a flash here for
Melons?
Peak, but he
Nah,
pops
we
it
allow
early.
melons here, it's fine.
Poison's off.
High tide comes in from Tuiz though.
Right there.
Down in B-Link. It's beautiful stuff. And look how much more flush that is than the rest of the harbors that you're seeing.
There.
That flash is going to get some
Poison
info.
orb.
Just waiting on the other side of that wall. Now starting to work their way up through art. They have a little bit of help from Nags who's coming in through main.
Good flash.
Very good flash and better shots from Kesnet.
What? That's through the Viper wall. Or the Harbor wall, excuse me. Kalanzin just got a spam on two.
Now Aspas, excuse me, who opened the round with the pick, is rotating through.
Oh
They've got
my.
him trapped in.
Yo. This guy is a new demon.
And Nax doesn't even have the spike.
Aspas also
Nice
reclearing
round
main.
from
They know
him.
where he ran.
Honestly, I
chase
think
him
Nex
down.
can just keep doing damage.
I mean, that's unlucky for
Probably
Crew.
way better for
Kalanzin
him to
just
do
spams him through
damage
the Harbor
here,
wall.
but it's sure. We'll let him off.
I can hold an area pretty well myself.
Nice round.
Make sure to
Replay?
cover the angles
What
I
an
Maybe.
want.
absolute gem that Loud have picked up. So often, just dominating. Some of the best teams we have in LA
Okay.
and the world too.
Well, at least we understand
Remember, this
now.
is the team that did get the runner-up at lock-in. Attempted that reverse sweep at Fnatic. This is the team that still has only lost to 3 teams ever.
That is crazy to think about.
So Aspas is the only person that can't buy Nex
which
from
is
Loud.
wild.
Actually,
crazier
they
to
get
think
one
A team
9,
that is
so
0-5 in this league.
yeah, kind of these two. These two can't buy
Different
Nex,
roster
so
for
yeah, this
Loud,
is a
but
swing round.
You can see, I
This is a
think
big
it's
swing round
without
right
a
here.
doubt
Who's getting the
now,
orb?
as the game has
Skyle, in
developed,
terms of this
Loud,
one,
with this new roster, was
Kesnet
better than the iteration
just
with
accepting
Saucy
it.
and
If he
Pen
dies
Dada.
into this,
I
he'll
would
have
agree with
nice
that
the next
entirely.
round, so that makes a lot of sense. 3 people here. Loud is still really adamant to try and
Potential out
shut
of
down
these
B
2D
early.
additions.
Flash goes in and all
Wow,
4 of them
flashing
hide.
through, dropping the
Oh, but
wall.
they just
Very
got
well
seen.
done.
Beautiful stuff.
I mean,
Wow. And that's the shutdown B they were waiting for. I loved the idea from Crew though. Loved it. Realized that they're going to be flashing to get info and they all stick in just a small
look, they set up a
rectangle behind
firing
this.
squad. It was
It's really
literally
unlucky.
3 players, all of their guns out,
Yeah, it was close.
wall drops.
Oh, that's a huge
And it
rage.
comes in at such an
Raid, sorry,
unexpected time,
Benji.
especially given the
Benji
fact
Fishy,
that
mate. Thank you so
prior
much.
rounds,
Benji,
remember,
hope you're doing
Loud
good,
used the
mate.
full fuel
Thank you for the raid.
to be able to
Hope
rotate,
stream
to
is
be able
good.
to make a different play.
Raiders, what's up?
And now the
Welcome.
round's wrapped up. They got the high tide deep by Tuiz. They got an alarm bot behind it. Axe has
Benji,
no
appreciate you.
chance.
Try, let's get some slug
So
approves
he's
in
gonna
for the
go
raid.
all the way towards the A side and save.
What's up, Raiders?
I'll continue to just show so many different little tactics. It's so interesting too because for me, when I'm thinking of their chances to take down another title, to go on to Tokyo, to go on
Right,
to
another save into
Champions,
this
whether
one,
or not they make it
and
there.
yeah,
It's still up in. It's
not great in
necessarily a
terms of
guarantee,
econ.
but
2-4 on
looks like
top
an
of
easy
this,
path for
so
them.
the money's
Should
not
be.
there.
I expected them to, not show as much. I expected them to not put as many maps out into the world as they have so far, even though it's a 5-0 start.
Pretty hard to come
They
back
have
for
lost
Crew now.
quite a
Gonna
few.
have to have a
Yeah,
low
that
buy,
series,
and then it's gonna be 11-6,
one map loss,
and then they
except
kind of got to
against
win
Fury.
out.
Yep. Yeah, 10-3 in or 10-4, or 11-4. Either way, they haven't lost very much.
Yeah,
on
this round
maps.
was
But,
unlucky,
it's
though.
interesting that you
I
mentioned
love
that,
the
how
idea.
much they're showing, because I kind of
It
expected
felt like
them
Loud
to
knew they might do this, though. I
try,
kind of,
to flex a
it was
couple
kind of
different
cool
maps
to
in
see the
this
free
series.
passing
I
duel
thought
behind
we
this.
may see a bind.
Just
I
dropping
thought
the
we
wall
may
and
see
just
a
having
fracture. I know it's been their perma, but
an
they
actual
stick
just
to
firing
what they
squad
know, to
behind
what
it
they
was
have
pretty
shown
cool.
so far, and they're just iterating on that, which is equally as impressive.
Yeah, but the great
Standing
thing
or
about that
sitting,
is
we're
it actually
standing.
allows
We
for
got a
some of
weird,
that
we're
uncertainty
reaching the old
in
age. We
how
gotta look
good
after
they
our
are on
back.
those maps. So when I talk about hiding strats,
That's
some
it
like
too
Pearl
much.
or something like that, not showing your new stuff,
Poison orb emitting.
they actually do have that capability.
All
on
those years of
Fracture or
gaming
Bind.
coming back to haunt me.
And we know that they can play
Toxin
Fracture. We
screen
saw
down.
it at Lock-In. So I think it's a very good, interesting conversation about the map pool and what they've shown so far here in Americas. But
They just have
Fraud has talked
info
so often about
everywhere
he
at the
wants
moment.
This team to have a 7-map pool. We saw it at Lock-In, and it has given them such a strong advantage against everybody.
That's nice info, and Dog goes over towards middle, so they spot one middle, but it probably just means Killjoy's going to stay here, then we can have a 3-person
Not
stack.
connecting on anything, but they're still able to
And
keep
Harbor
some
all
mid
going
presence,
in.
which it looks like Crew want to do, or at least grab the orb, potentially pivot back. Just one
Oh
rifle in
mate,
the
they
hands
can't.
of
They
the
can't.
side for
They can't get
Jax.
through here. I don't know how they get through this. An extra Viper Molly.
With the dash,
It's going to be coming in.
instantly flash, still goes into his
Viper Molly down, one person
looking for
on
space,
site
down
at the
to 50
moment.
HP already. They're going to invest the seekers on this as well.
Nice
That's a big
kill.
opener.
Is
Again, that's
Keznit
only
going to go
rifle
for
that they
something?
have.
Spike planted.
Has an updraft if he wants it.
Here comes the retake. Tui's already retaken Secret
Yeah.
in the flank.
Nicely done from
Fails.
Sadak. That was the Dog spotting this
Fortunately for
earlier.
Sadak.
That's why he knew about it.
Here.
They've got a
Another
3-point
round the
on this
world
one.
though. I like this.
Yeah.
Exedi
Ash
going
Shetty's
around the
gonna
world.
explode,
Everyone
though.
spotted over towards
He may
here. They
try
just
to
cleared out
really
Art,
hit
and then
hard
he's
on a
going
late
back here.
flank.
So they shouldn't expect this. Exedi
That
should
high
be
tide
good for
blocks
at
two
least
players
one.
out. The alarm
But everyone
bombs
else needs to
up
stay
too.
alive.
Yeah, he's going to be spotted. He's
Oh,
going to be spotted
alarm
before he
bots
gets
here.
to make the have
Didn't
to
even
make
see
the
it.
play.
Devastating.
Oh god.
His position's betrayed here. They should know where he is.
Yeah, he's
I mean, he's still good for one though.
How's he gotten away with it?
Okay,
he get two
they managed
there?
to win this
In
out.
the
It's
chaos
like a
of the round,
2v4 in the
Crew
end.
walk away with one.
Nags managed to get 3, and
That's
yeah,
a thrifty.
it worked in the
That
end.
is-
Alarm bot did spot him, but
That
he
is
hit
ridiculous.
some
The
shots.
flank
Hopefully we
was
get a
really
replay
good from
again.
them. They allowed that
Work out
flank
what
to
on
come
earth went
really
on
late
there
all
fully.
right. And Sadak is actually the guy to fall.
Wow.
So
Do you know
that
what?
alarm
That's
bot
my
dealt
bad
with
because
so
I said it was gonna be
easily.
I said it was gonna be 6-11.
The Cove goes down and Tui's
Every
is in
time I
the
say I
open
score, this stuff
defusing.
happens.
Surprising to see him stick at that in the entire board.
I mean, he's making
I
a
wonder if the time is a factor. I wasn't fully paying attention.
He's
so I
making
thought
a
that was
run.
locked Up, honestly.
lot of people going to be calling for him to be in the main squad after this one. I feel like.
Either way, Crew still one away. Loud still with the 3-round lead.
Who did they sub?
Tui's already
Davies.
getting pushed.
But chat was saying that he
Interesting choice
has
there
some
for
kind
Alphas. He
of
has knives, but he
injury or something
buys
to
it
do with
up
his
and
arm.
doesn't drop.
I don't know if
One of
anyone
his
has
two
like a
teammates
tweet
who
or
does not
something that
have a
they
full
can.
rifle here.
Scaling over here.
And I think
that they
it's a good
can,
choice in this
link.
case because Pearl is so prone
He's
to
making
pushing
a
it back and
statement.
saving.
Okay.
So you can have that carried forward.
Tendinitis in the elbow.
And it
Oh,
also
that's
allows a
not
nice
good.
little stack. He's up on top of map all the way back.
Scout destroyed.
Game
Be it.
injuries, chat. I'm
Just
telling you,
denying any flank push
they're coming
from
for you.
Melzer.
Make
So
it
they're
do your
allowed to
stretches.
stack to save sight. But they've got the reckoning, they've got the lockdown too, so there's keys to take.
I suggest you move.
Merely a suggestion,
What is
but
that, Molly?
holy smokes.
That was so sick from Sadak, literally on top of where Keznit was gonna land.
The Reckoning still going off. Sadak has to take a small step back. Ashedi getting the plant down.
I like this though. The dog to get
And more
all of this
info
map
gathered.
control.
It
It's
seems
kind of
like Loud wanna
nice. They're really gonna go for a full
reconsider how they wanna
person.
go about this retake. And they're certainly going to have to now that there's a lot.
I think they gotta go fast to at least get some kills. Yeah, you want to stay alive.
thought he was
They
dead,
did
man. I
great
thought he
into
had
this
him.
round still.
They have
Not fully
room to
done.
come back
Killjoy
into
can
this
win
very
this still in
fast
terms of
with the secret
Sadak.
flank. But that's beautiful from outside.
Damn.
That's beautiful from Karoo.
Some low HPs here, but
Some opportunities, but
You have to get out here. There's too much post. Too many positions to consider. They're going for it, though.
they're just limit testing everything.
Go either way.
Almost no time anymore.
Last player
No time
standing.
anymore.
yeah, trying to do damage.
And he doesn't
Not
keep
gonna
you
happen.
out, so,
Okay,
I
we
mean,
look
that
over to the
decision, I
money.
start to
It
scratch
was
my head
about
about
like
that. Because
everyone was around
actually, if
400
Ruiz
to
had a rifle there
900.
instead of a stinger, all of a
So they get
sudden,
2-4
he's
on
able
top
to
of
get
this,
that
so
kill.
low buy coming in.
I love that from Sadak, though. That molly is so nice to just cancel.
That was impressive. Again, it was kind of
and his dash.
Exedi. He when the Killjoy ult
Something
came
this
down, he
Brazilian
managed to
team-
get 2 on site.
Definitely trying to do.
He's solo winning them.
Even, I mean, Crew
Don't want to
and
say
Kev's
all of
history
their rounds, but it
against
feels like
them.
we're on like
I would
4
love to see, like,
or so right now.
attacking Jets' performance
if we're
against
counting.
Loud's defense. And
It might even
compare
be
that
more.
to every other team. How much of a difference it makes.
Yeah.
Because stuff like that, it's not what people are doing too often. I mean, people are still in the idea that, yeah, we'll jump in the smoke, maybe with a shorty, something like that, or just spam exactly where he's going to land in the dash if he does it perfectly. But that's just a full counter. And we've seen some teams like NRG experiment with like a molly up top to catch players updraft dashing into positions that you definitely don't want them to get into.
How are we
but
feeling about
that's
the
nice. That's
A side
dynamic, man.
prioritization?
Love it.
It's because they shut down B so
Even with
heavy
that
early
cool
on,
wrinkle,
right?
Loud lose the round, and
And
off of
a
that,
lot
timeout
of-
is called. So
A lot of teams are
hanging
very
on to
aware
a
that
two-round
B's a
lead, but
little bit busted
Crowd
in
have shown
terms
a
of the
little-
actual
Crowd,
site.
excuse me, have shown
So
a little gusto,
a
a
lot
little
of teams are
fight
trying
in
to
this
shut it down early on.
definitely.
So going over towards A
Especially with that start, remember,
makes
it definitely felt a little cold
can
for
make a
Crew.
lot of sense. As long as you have like a good hit.
But this is,
A site's still a little bit
really
busted.
nice foot
Like
forward.
if we the only reason we don't really talk about A site is because B site's fully
Putting
busted.
up 8 rounds.
But like the after
against
plant in
Loud
terms of A, if you get
already,
it
and
good,
still
it's
having a chance
nice.
to do more.
Like it's
Remember,
really
they're
good.
the
It's a
attacking
similar
side. This
thing.
is
It's
favored
open
towards them.
skybox. You can have lineups from everywhere. So it's
you
not like it's a
imagine?
bad site once you
No,
get the
not yet,
spike down.
not yet.
You just have to be able to have a
I mean,
hit
it's only
that
2
will
rounds. I have to.
reliably
Can
get
you
you
imagine?
the spike down. That's why you're seeing these kind of
Taking
walls.
Pearl here against Loud,
And then going on to Ascend. That would be huge.
which is the
It's just
only
an
map
eco
that
though,
they've
so don't
won
worry too much in terms of
so
Loud
far
losing
in the
this one.
league.
Got an opportunity here to go into your strengths, and Kesnet, who continues to be a strength for this squad, is already taking backside with the flash.
Dude, he ate that flash as well. The molly was great from
Walking
Melza.
through the vulnerability,
Yeah,
walking
and
straight
their B
into
hit
their
seems
deaths
nice
are
as well.
allowed,
This
and
molly over
yes, this
towards
was
the
just
corner was
pistol swarm,
perfect.
but you want it to be clean anyway, and
Yeah,
for Crew
nice
it
hit.
was.
And we're now down to 1. I mentioned Ascent is the only map they've won. Crew have so far this season. And we're getting towards the
Building
tail
up
end
a
of this
lot of
game.
money as well.
Could they add
That's
one
the thing.
more
We've got a lot of
map
money
to that
here. They can
tally?
buy for pretty much the rest of
It's
this
not like
half.
they've gone completely
and
backwards, you know, they've won 3 times on Ascent.
Loud,
and you
if
said
they
it's
lose
their
this, have to
strength,
do
and
another
obviously it's,
low buy.
the only map they've won, so you have to consider it that, but it's still 3-2. It's not like it's an 80% win rate like Leviathan
Got a
or
weird
some
kind of
other
kill
teams
setup
have on
over
their
towards
good
the
maps.
back of B here. This would be interesting.
It's still
Has
not
he been
great.
pathing like into this corner?
Sadak flash with a little spam, and it seems like Crew on NB again. KJ util here though, and you can see the setup is almost intended for Kesnet.
Let's see. Where
Look
does
at
he
how far
path with
back
his
it
dash?
is. It's not getting info
Way
early, but he
insane.
dashed around it. He
Wow,
changed
okay, this
his
is different
pathing,
path from
and he
what
got
we've seen
backside.
before though. Buy round. Okay, so that, he must do that against the low buys to
Really
keep the
nice stuff.
distance, and then against the
The
buys he's so
nanoswarms on
fine
the
dashing in.
backside
So he has
too.
2 different paths, and I
So
love
Sadak
this
doesn't have
Viper.
that
Look
totally
at the
getting through a
overlap in
Viper
terms of here and
with the
here.
reckoning, but Tui's just dominates. Or gets dominated.
Kesnet with 3 on the round already.
And he's feeling it right now. He's just continuing
he
to
is.
fight outside the pit.
Yes, he is.
Yeah,
Sadak perched
and
up top.
Crew realized how
gonna say,
important this round
I
was.
like
The
that
fact
from
that if they
Sadak,
won it,
spamming
they would
from
have to
high.
most likely
Makes it really
eco
difficult
the
when
next
you're
or
playing
low
with
buy the
defensive
next,
to
so they
actually
just
spot where he's
invested a
coming
lot of
from.
ult into
You
it.
just have no idea, and you're just getting peppered from everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
God, this feels like this is the best we've
This
seen
double
Crew.
controller meta is a big reason why Phantom has really come back into the forefront for a majority of teams, not just the Americas teams as well. In the past, it was like the North American teams
And they're changing
and
stuff
like
up as well.
DRX and Pacific, and everybody else was using Vandal.
Gun goes down, not the op though.
We're tied
10-10.
up, guys. We are
10-10,
tied up on
attack
this
sided
first
map.
How
Loud
in the
have
world
no
does this
money.
happen?
Crew has a lot of money.
Crew winless on this map. But the maps have both been close. They've only played it 2 times, 11-13 loss to EG and then a 12-14 loss to MIBR. So it's not like they get stomped every time they come here. This has always been competitive for them.
Yeah, I think back to that MIBR game though, and I think there was slop
Yeah,
all over the place.
Neon,
This
I'm
round.
not too sure why they keep picking it. It
Very,
must be
very
going
nice.
must be going great in practice.
But you're right. I mean, that's 2 games being close.
Helicopter 4, thank you so much with the Prime Mate. Welcome into the Slug Club.
Spots,
Appreciate
see
that,
if
mate.
you can deny
Thank
them.
you, thank you. Chat, you know too, get some slugs in for the
Excuse me.
for the new member.
What is
That's
that? Sit
ridiculous.
Down, Kesnet.
It's the only gun into this round, really.
And he's been such a key part of their success
We got a
in these
stinger,
last
but
few rounds.
oh god,
Now forced to sit back and
not the
wait.
no scope.
It's so ridiculous that he goes
Oh
for
god,
that
it didn't
time and
die
time
though. Didn't
again.
hit.
That feels like he's getting a little.
Bro, it works for him. I want to see it every time. It's just so flashy. That's one of the things in Osbos's games.
Loud have
Normally
a
it's just this guy
Killjoy
that
ult
gets
if they
30
want.
kills
That
every
would
game
push them
type
away
thing.
from
You're
elbow
like, oh
and
my
they could
goodness,
get the
look at
op,
these.
but probably want to
But
save it
that's
for the
element
big
that I'm
rounds.
like, yeah, this guy has style.
In terms of the next
He's
round,
fun
big
to
buy
watch.
round.
Yeah, he's fun to watch. Stuff like that cost him his life, though.
Finished.
Cost him the op. And yeah, it was a light buy for him. It was just pistols the rest of the way for Loud, but it also cost him the lead.
Yeah, definitely, potentially. I mean, if he backs up there, plays the angle a little bit better. And I'm not even worried here if I lose a couple of weapons. If I'm crew,
Remaining.
might be more than a couple. That
He's
is
managed to
lot.
get a few kills out of this though. Not too bad at all.
Still not too worried. I mean, they have a
alright.
decent bank for what will be the last 3 rounds of
A
regulation.
lot of pressure on this one.
And they might not even need that. Plus, they have Kesnet's knives. This is a ridiculous shot.
Yeah, this was a ridiculous shot. Like, what is that?
I don't even know how you hit that. But okay. Second time out for Loud. They haven't had to really stress until that
All right.
last time out that they called. But now
Sova on
you're
pole.
calling.
Sova on pole's good, but when you do Harbor
massive change
Viper,
on
you
how
gotta
we're
have
approaching
the
this
Sky,
defense side
otherwise it
of
all
your
kind of like falls apart.
5 rounds in a row for crew.
Has too many weaknesses once you do the Sova.
Money's still very much okay.
Because you
as we
just
near
need to
the end of
clear
this
all the
map.
question marks that are around, and the fact that you can have a Sky that will cover
lot of
flashes
questions to be
and
answered for the
someone that can
defensive
clear the
side.
question marks is just like the most perfect agent for this. Obviously,
And
as
you're
well,
actually thinking
you
right
can
now,
like block off
at
certain
least I
bits
am,
of the map and then have a flash
the
in to get
insistence on
free
going
util, free info. It's just a
full
it's just a
armor
killer
strat.
combo.
Or full armor decision, I guess.
It's pretty
From
much
Loud.
because
I mean,
of the
both these teams are
flashes in
running
terms of the Sky
whereas
and
almost
the
rest of
fact
the
that
world
the
is
flashes give
going
you
for
info
light armor
in
most of
certain
these
areas of
cases.
the map.
Diminishes.
And the fact
the
that the
staying
dog is
power
just
from Loud.
crazy.
And you are going to face, if you lose a single one of these next
What
few,
about
you're
Fades?
going to
Doesn't
face
really
a
work, man.
situation, even
Like
if
you can't
win,
clear all of those question marks
where
well.
you're gonna have
You got a
broken
Prowler
lives.
that does this, and then it's dead. When
did ask
whereas you got a
Fraud
dog
about
that can
that,
go
and you said
like,
we have plenty of stinger
this.
rounds that we're comfortable with.
you know what I mean? You can
we've
clear
seen that in the
everything,
past.
or you just send the Sky Flash in. That's
We
the
may
same
have
thing
to
as
see
like a
here.
Prowler. Like the Sky Flashes are better than Prowlers, and
Vandals
the
on the
Sky
board.
Flashes recharge.
Full armor now.
A lot of really nice ults here for Loud, too. To potentially secure the shot and tie us up at 11 apiece. But it's going to take more than just that. Because, again, momentum all the way in favor of crew here.
Right.
A little bit of spam, back screens, nothing found. Ladder playing everyone close. Everyone close. Now in the face of the Seekers, they scatter. They have to back up. They have to give space away.
Killjoy.
And
Oh, are
Outpost
they
is
gonna get the
challenged.
plant in time?
Traded back though.
Oh, they're gonna get the plant in time. Do they get
This
out?
is
Do they have a
beautiful from
smoke? They
Crew.
have all the util on it.
Putting their best
Viper's
foot
gonna get
forward,
hit by
but
the
they
ult.
won't give up less.
There's a
Actually,
small
some of
window
it's
where
fun.
they can
I
try
don't
and
think they
defuse
know.
this, but it's
Because
3v4
why would
and
you be
everything's getting
expecting
set
that
off
at
in
this
terms of the
point? But it seems
Killjoy
like
util.
Reload gives it
Oh
up
man,
now.
this is a
So
nightmare. That's a
weak.
nice kill though.
No health.
I love
Now
that.
Shetty
Getting
having
to
to
stay
deal with
alive in.
pressure from Kawanzin, from
Oh
Rex.
man, this kid's incredible. Like, why is he not in the? Even I'm thinking it. Why is he not in the main roster?
Tried making a play.
He's winning them everything.
Still time, but it's really, really low.
Yeah, whittling down to a 2v2.
He looks so good.
There are any nanos on the
Oh,
side, so
not
it's
like
just gonna
this,
have to
though.
be spam. No mollies, nothing else.
Didn't even get it
Meanwhile,
half. Got it off.
This is something a molly of his own backside. He's got it down to 1v1, 61 HP. The spam.
Just no
Yeah,
time.
no time on this one.
No time. You're
Holy
absolutely right.
hell.
Not fully trusting there.
Holy hell, 2 chances for Crew.
This is it here. Crew on match
What about
point.
KO? Nah, again,
Crew one
in
round
terms
away
of
from
these
taking
two, like
a
the
map
the
win
Sky
on a
with it
map
is
other
just
than
too
Ascent.
good. It's just
On a
the
map that
rechargeable
Loud is so
info
good at, but maybe
is
we
just
start
too
to have
much.
to revisit it. Even though we've
Rechargeable
seen
info
some
in terms of
brilliance
the
from them in
flashes
this map
and the dog
alone.
itself. It's just
This defensive side is very
this
rough.
trio here. It's just incredible.
And Crew is taking full
Someone asked
advantage of it.
earlier if I thought we would see a Sky nerf. I wouldn't blame
Here it
them
is.
if they wanted
Full
to.
force coming in on the
I
last
would hope
round.
it's
It must
minimal
be
and
done.
maybe just a bit of how long the dog lasts for.
But it's broken. Guardian, 2 Bulldogs. Dropping the orb here. They're going to challenge.
Damn,
That
they
is
went
not
out
the
the
way you
duel.
wanted that to start.
We don't have a heal because Klaus is down.
It was
Who is-
bold.
Do they expect?
Alone.
They might not expect him on site.
Struggling this game. Has to save it now.
Can they snatch this thing back? A Bulldog and a Guardian.
Holy hell! Managed to get the plant even though the cove got
Trying to
broken.
provide some cover for the Vandal in the hands of Les.
Toxin
Three
screen
pass and
Around there,
elbow.
two behind them. The blades don't land. The blades don't land, and I thought there was going to be a
Damn.
hit from Tui's, but there's
Okay,
not.
well,
Crew finds success.
yeah, we
on
were
Pearl.
believing. We said they had to get 4. We said they had to get a pistol, and
Their
they
first map
kind
win
of made it dominant once
outside
they
of
did.
Ascent. And they will start with a lead against Loud. Crew is the only
What
out
a
of
what a
3
game from him.
teams. 1 of 3.
Exedi, what a
to have
game from
taken
him.
down Loud in the past.
Like that's an insane performance. Fair play.
I mean, it's ridiculous that Loud has upheld that standard. But right now, they go down again. I mean, over and over, Loud dropping a map. This time, twice in a row. Here on Pearl is not something you expected.
Could you
Unbelievable.
imagine?
We're gonna step away.